Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakach, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all you H.I.M and Akwa that's out here sincerely keeping the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai to the best of their ability. Shachan on the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is a lesson that I wanted to do earlier, but I just couldn't get it done. And then, by the Spirit, I'm like, something else popped up that could have went with the lesson. So now, I'm figuring that's what the Spirit wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? To hold off on it and get this new information, so to speak. But I wanted to go into this comment this guy left, right? And I'm going to go into one of my other channels where one of the elders from GMS, I can't think what city that is, but he posted a video with basically what we would call a speckled bird or a confusion of face, or, when it comes to this Israelite thing, you can't go by skin colors. You can't go by looks. That shit has absolutely nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with nationality or race. Nothing to do with a pedigree, man. The so-called white man came up with those social constructs. He's the one that started calling people colors and shit. You see? But biblically, there's 18 nations, and all those nations have a biblical nationality. The Lord wasn't calling nobody black or white in the Bible, man. But anyway, let's get this guy's comment. This guy's his name is Garden State Boss. He says I challenge anyone to prove Puerto Ricans and Ephraim, Mexicans, Salakia. He says I challenge anyone to prove Puerto Ricans are Ephraim, Mexicans are Issachar. Second Esdras don't mention anything about a boat, ship, but it does say they traveled through land for a year and a half, and that's not true. It says another thing, one West Camp say, why would Israelites need Yah? These Yah Israelites. His name is Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one. Yah just means he. His name is Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one, and the true name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, which means he's the Savior or Deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. Those names are very important to know. Okay, but he says, why would Israelites need Yah to hold back the flood on land if you're traveling by ship? But anyway, the point that I wanted to get was, he says, let me just get to his point, because all this, even long-ass comment for nothing, just silly as hell. He says that, I used to believe in Ariyah 12 tribe sign, but I woke up that all 12 tribes are black. Now check it out. He goes on to say, there's some of us mixed here and there, but to say all these people are this tribe, it's kind of confusing but at that point, but because this guy can't damn type. But anyway, the point that he's trying to say is that all the Israelites are so-called blacks. But then he goes on to say that some of them are mixed. Okay, so what are you talking about then? You're contradicting yourself. They're either all black, or you can't say that they're mixed at the same time. The shit don't make no sense. He says there's some of us mixed here and there, but to say all these people are this tribe, all these people are another tribe, I'm not getting how he's wording this, because the shit is silly. Anyway, the point that I wanted to get out of this is he doesn't believe the 12 tribe charge. He believes that everybody is going to come out looking like Wesley Snipes. If you don't look like Wesley Snipes, you know what I'm saying, or that particular color, that darkness, that you're not an Israelite. And that's not true, man. This is a seed line thing. It goes from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the seed line goes by your father as well. That's a very important point to know when you first come into this truth. You have to know that our people look like everybody. And you have to be spiritual, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a spiritual thing. Because our people are the salt to the earth. If you see a person out here and they look like they, a so-called Japanese person and they got rhythm, that's more than likely an Israelite. And that's the point that I wanted to make. So I wanted to go into my other channel where I was just watching this other video. Like I said, I was trying to do this video earlier. And for somehow I just couldn't, And then I saw the elders video. So let me come out of here real quick. It's a lot. I'm gonna go into my other channel where because I'm not subscribed to him on this particular channel. Because I got 4 different channels that I be working with. So the main channel here, I was just watching this video. Now check this out. Let me go into the history here. Check this guy out right here. And this right here, lock here. This right here, it says Korean guitarist Jin Kim, and he entitled it Salt of the Earth. Because our people have flavor. Our people have salt, man. We bring flavor to the shit that we do. And we're the only race of people that's like that. The Lord created us that way. Now, though we look different, because see, I'm telling you, this dude right here, man, he's cold-blooded on this guitar. I'm talking about cold-blooded, what you're about to see. So, you know, this is GMS, Get This Work. That's the name of the channel. Brother always putting up super duper edifying lessons, man. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of lessons on the chariots, all different types of lessons, man. But anyway, I'm gonna play this, and this is for educational purposes only. Not getting any monetary value off of it, so a copyright disclaimer. But anyway, let's play it and check this guy out now. Now he looks like a Korean, but you can clearly see he got the spirit of a Jake, man. Let's play it. Let me stop this real quick. Now, this is the scripture the brother posted, Ezekiel 12:15. And they shall know that I am Yahweh when I shall scatter them among the nations and disperse them in the countries. See that? That's what the Lord done to us. He scattered us. So when he scattered us, the men of our nation laid with the women of those other nations, and we came out looking different in so many aspects. But that doesn't change the spirit. That doesn't change the fact that the DNA is coming from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which makes you an Israelite. It doesn't make no difference what you look like. You got to get that look shit out of your mind when you come into this truth, man. All Israelites are not going to be some dark-skinned nigga, man. Straight up. I mean, come on, let's be real here. You have to be spiritual, man, when it comes to this truth, man. But let's play it. Check this guy out. I don't even have to even play it all the way out, man. The dude is cold with the guitar, man, and you can clearly see that he has rhythm. He has salt, man. This is a Jake, man. This is what we be trying to tell you have to really understand when you first come into this truth, man, that this is a very serious aspect of the doctrine, man, that our people have to understand. Everybody in that's an Israelite is not gonna look like a so-called black man or woman. Our people look like all the nations because we were scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, man. And there's a sprinkle of us all throughout the earth, man. There's not a country that we haven't been scattered to. It's so-called, it's Israelites that look like so-called Chinese people, so-called Japanese people, so-called white people. All these different nations, man. Because, say for instance, like you had the Vietnam War. A lot of our you know, a lot of so-called black men went to the Vietnam War. They went over there to Vietnam. They had sex with those Vietnamese women, and they had children with those Vietnamese women. They came back to the Americas. Some of them kept in touch. Some of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? But those women, if they had boys, those boys would grow up and basically marry a Vietnamese woman. As time goes on, you know, another son comes through. He marries one. Yeah, it's a lock here. But anyway, man, hey, this truth is real, man. And if you're not spiritual, it'll catch you, man, by off guard, man. You know, because to a lot of our people, this is a stumbling block, though. You know, this is a stumbling block because we're so used to black and white. We're so used to this color shit. Then once you come into this truth, you figure out, you know, one of the main things that you know that should be taught right off the jump is that the Israelites are not just all black people, man. And it makes perfect sense when you really think about it. If a so-called, I mean, you can say, like, for instance, you got Patrick Mahomes. I like to use him as an example. When you look at Patrick Mahomes, let me see here. Let's see here. Let's just Google Patrick Mahomes' parents, right? Let's put in his parents, right? So what you're going to see is here's his parents right here, right? This is his dad, and his mom is a so-called white woman, right? His dad is a so-called black man. His mom is a so-called white woman. And look at what color he turned out, right? Now, he's exactly what his dad is. He's more complected. You know, his complexion is more of his mom, though. So now let's get his kids. Let's get Patrick Mahomes' kids, though, now. Now, check out his kids because he's married a white woman. Right? Now here's his kids, right? Here you go. Here's a good one right here. Now that little girl right there, that is a Negro, or what you would call a Negro, because she's exactly what her dad is. Now see how quickly that color has phased out? So just think. Well, now let's get the son. Let's see here. They got the little boy right here. The little boy. This is an Israelite right here. This little boy, right? Look at him. Now, if this little boy was to grow up and he marry a so-called white woman and he has a son, just think how quickly the color is just going to phase out. They're going to look like so-called white people after a generation or two, 3 generations of that. Just think 4 generations of that. But they all came from the dad, this guy right here, right? It started off right here. Let me get his dad again. Let me see. Let me just put back in parents. It started off with this darker skinned man, and then all of a sudden it's just gonna phase out. But guess what? Those people are still the same people, man. They're still Israelites. I can't explain it no differently, man. It's real simple when you think about it. They all come from this man right here. That little boy that you just saw come from this man right here. This man right here had this man right here that looks like his mom. His mom is an Edomite. You see that? So as time goes on, again, you see the son. He married a so-called white woman himself. And look at what his kids look like. But they're still Israelites. And again, if that son grow up and he marries a so-called white woman, those kids, this dark-skinned man right here, his father, that color is going to be gone. But those kids are still going to be he's the progenitor of those children still. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me get the scripture real quick. And I'm going to end out. I didn't want to keep this long. You know, I done a lesson kind of similar to this the other day. Because, see, you can't go by the skin color thing, man. It's all determined by your father, the seed line of your father. That's why you can have, like, say, for instance, you got the Maury twins. I like to use them as an example. Or Tracy Ellis Ross, you know. Those appear to be black, so-called black women, but those are actually so-called white women because their father is white, a so-called white man. But they picked up on some of the genes of their mother. The kinky hair, you know what I'm saying? They still kind of light-skinned, but, you know, they appear to be so-called black women, but those are all so-called white women. And see, and with the American educational center system, they you know, people don't really, people in America just, you know, they're not very smart. You know, scholastic, you know, school-wise, they're not very smart, man. They give you this biracial. They tell you that, you know, people are multiracial and a mix and all this other silly shit. No, you're not. No, you're exactly what your dad is. You get a couple of little looks from your mom, but overall, you're still just what your dad is. We already in the book of Numbers. Let's go to chapter 1 real quick. I'm gonna start from the top here. Numbers chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the wilderness and of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poles." See? Let me get that in the NLT over here. It says, "From the whole community of Israel, record the names of all the warriors by their clans and families. List all the men." This is how you go by your lineage. It goes by your father. And we like to always explain too as well. Say, for instance, you get married. Say I'm a guy. I get married. You know what I'm saying? I got a son and a daughter. My son is going to keep my last name throughout all his life if he got married. It don't make no difference if he got married and divorced 5 times. He's still going to be what my last name is. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, if she gets married to a guy, she's going to take on his family's name. Her name is no longer going to be my name anymore as far as on the end. You know, even though they call it the maiden name, that would be her maiden name. But when she gets married to this guy, she's going to take on the name of that guy, and so on and so forth. And that's the way it happens with women. But when it comes to sons, the sons' names always stay the same. You see? That's, you know, from a marriage standpoint. You see what I'm saying? So now, as you go on through here, it names off the men that Moses was, you know, it talks about the tribes. Verse 5, it says, "These are the tribes of the names of the leaders who will assist you." Of course, you got Reuben, Simeon, Judah, Issachar, all the 12 tribes, which were men. This is where the 12 tribes of Israel come from. Now, when you go to verse 18, let's get to the point here. It says, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees." What's a pedigree? That's your ancestry. Your pedigree is an ancestry, your family line, right? It says, "And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers." Right? "According to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their poles." So this is how lineage goes. Lineage goes through your dad. It doesn't make no difference what you look like. And you got this guy. He's talking about all the 12 tribes would be black, so-called blacks. Come on, bro. King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. One of his sons came from a Ammonite woman, which would be a so-called Japanese woman today. Like, come on, it's stupid as hell when you really think about it. Like, to just say all 12 tribes are black. That's that Negro only doctrine, man. You gotta stay away from guys like that. Stay away from that. And matter of fact, I noticed in the comment board that there was a lot of those Old Testament only Negroes in there that don't believe in the whole Bible. They just, you know, they only believe in the Torah. Stay away from them guys, man. When you come into this truth, you know, hey, I would suggest that you stick with GMS, Great Millstone, and learn from them. because they have that 100% truth. All these other camps, man, you can learn that you're an Israelite and certain things from them, but it's just certain parts of the doctrine they just don't, it's just not right, man. And it'll throw you for a loop and have you out here bugged out. It'd be better that you just not even deal with the scriptures. It'd be better you just be a nigga, a regular nigga out here that's shooting at people on a day-to-day basis got a better chance of making the kingdom than a lot of these Israelites, man, that's out here. They get into the truth. They change the doctrine. They get to adding to and taking away from the scriptures. That's a very dangerous position to be in. You don't want to be one of those people, man. Keep it simple. Don't get all too damn smart for your own good. What did the apostles call it? KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. Go one deep, be one deep, not too deep. But hey, I just wanted to just bring this out because when I seen this video of this guy playing his guitar, I was like, that's perfect to go with that lesson. That's the reason why I couldn't do it earlier. Now it's just, just coming on through. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, again, I just wanted to touch on that, man. Hey, this is something that is milk, but it's also kind of a dark saying as well that can be meat to a person. You know what I'm saying? But this is, this is a part of the doctrine, of the simple parts of the doctrine that we have to know to properly teach when we go out to teach. Because, say for instance, you out teaching and you come across somebody and their spirit resonate with these scriptures and they walk up and they get to asking questions and you like, oh, get out of here. You're an Edomite. Get out of here. You're a Chinese man. Get out of here. This word is not for you Japanese, and you never asking them, okay, well, what's your nationality? Do you know anything about your father's father or your father? You have to ask those questions. That's very important. You have to check into it. If they look like a so-called white man, you have to ask them, well, what's your lineage? Who you go back, what do your people go back to? Do you know anything about, what's your dad? Do you know what your dad's dad is? What ancestry is he? And you ask some questions. Because people are gonna come out looking like this Korean guy. And they're Israelites. And you'll mess around and be to turn one of the flock away on some bullshit with that black only Israelite shit. And you're gonna get yourself destroyed, man. The Lord is gonna destroy you. So just teach the scriptures the proper way. It's real simple. Keep it simple. Salakia. 15% on this bad baby. Well, we got enough. Hey, we got the lesson in. So the lesson is, I just wanted to just touch on those points, man. I wanted to touch on those points. Be very, very careful about dismissing somebody when it comes to this truth and you don't know who they really are. Just teach the scriptures. If it resonates with them, then hey, they could be an Israelite. That's what the scripture says. You can't determine what I'm telling you that hey, you can't determine who's who by looking at them, man. It's not that simple. That shit. Get away from that. I'm telling you. And this is for somebody. Get away from that, man. Don't do that. Get away from it. Because the Lord, He's the one that that gathers in the elect, man. Again, teach the scriptures. The scriptures gonna do the work. All you got to do is just be that vessel. But with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashalom.